Hello and welcome to this edition of Self-Care Saturday. Today on Self-Care Saturday, cultivating your garden. When I was a little girl growing up in Puerto Rico, both of my parents had, in addition to their full-time jobs, they had other work that they were doing. My mother owned a flower shop and my father was a commercial photographer. So because of that, every year for a while, we would go to a small town in the center, towards the center of the island of Puerto Rico called Ay Bonito. And the word in fact means, oh, beautiful, Ay Bonito. And at a certain time in the year, in Ay Bonito, they would have the Festival of Flowers, El Festival de las Flores. So my brother and my parents would pack us into the country squire, kind of like a forest green country squire station wagon. And we would go to Ay Bonito. We would see there the most beautiful flowers that we couldn't see in the southern part of the island because they didn't grow there as well. The southern part of Puerto Rico is a little bit drier, much drier. There are beaches around. But in Ay Bonito, in the country, we could see flowers, we could see orchids, we could see impatiens, we could see anthuriums and exotic flowers, and it was a huge treat. So that love of flowers and that love of nature started very, very early for me. My mother, to this day, loves flowers and gardening, and she's been spending some more time with us recently. And we have been doing a lot of work in the garden. So I've been giving a lot of thought to gardening this past week. And the fact is that when we're working on our own garden at home, we're out in nature, we are in contact with everything that's going on in the environment where our home, our foundation, is established. So there's a reason why, we have the expressions, the garden of your dreams and the secret garden. It's because when we garden with intention, whether we're gardening soil, which is so healing and so therapeutic, or we're cultivating the garden of our imagination and the garden of our life, we are bringing ourselves fully to that endeavor, and we are connecting with things that are very important. There's not much that's more important than the environment and the foundation of your own home and your own life. So gardening then becomes a way in which we are more in tune with the rain that blesses our flowers when it falls, with the wind that just scatters the seeds, and with the essence of nature that allows things in our life and in our gardens to grow. So at this time on Self-Care Saturday, I just want to encourage us to concentrate on cultivating our gardens, our inner gardens, and also our gardens in our home or in our cities. I used to live in Boston, and in the Fenway area, there were some gorgeous cooperative gardens in the middle where people would just go and garden and share. They would have little plots of land. So gardening is so important. It brings us back to nature, and it helps us have something really essential to give, which is putting our love and our prayers and our wishes into the soil as we nourish and cultivate that garden. And as that garden grows and develops and unfolds, it holds our dreams and our wishes, and it holds the love that we feel for our home and for the land and for our lives and for our great mother, the earth. Happy Self-Care Saturday and happy Mother's Day to all of the gorgeous mothers. See you next week.